Hi guys, my name is Erica from Eri Kindly and welcome to my channel. So in this video, I want to give you some tips and tricks on how to grow your hair longer, stronger, and faster. Hope that you enjoy this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you do. Subscribe to my channel for future videos and let's just get right into it. First thing that you should know is that obviously, I think this is an obvious one, but if you want to grow your hair long, you want to resist that haircut. I'm not saying that you should never cut your hair. You should trim the split ends, because if you have a lot of split ends and the split ends break apart, then your hair length is not going to be as long. It's going to be shorter. For me personally, I cut my split ends I think at most 2 times a year, and I do think it's important for you to cut your split ends because once you cut it, you're going to reduce that chance of breakage and your hair is going to grow healthily after that. Yes, it's important to trim those split ends, but you want to avoid that haircut. You also want your hair to be as natural as possible. I think it's pretty obvious from looking at my hair, but I have never dyed my hair in my life. I like my dark black hair, Asian pride, I don't know. You don't want to, dye your hair, bleach your hair, especially when you bleach it. Like for example, my hair is just black, and if I dye it, for example, platinum, that would drastically hurt my hair really bad. People that like to dye their hair, that increases their chance of getting more split ends, which is not healthy for your hair at all. Steer clear of that if you can. I understand, especially when you're young and you want to have fun, you want to experiment with different hair styles and hair colors, and that's fine, but just know that it could hurt your hair and it's going to do a little bit of damage to your hair no matter what. Hair is going to thin more when you dye your hair, so if you can resist that dye and you can keep your hair as natural as possible, that's going to be better overall for you to lengthen your hair. Going off what I said about trying to keep your routine as natural as possible, you want to try to avoid like a heat curling iron or a hair straightener, because that puts heat on your hair. That's heat that it doesn't really need. Heat is going to damage your hair. It's not going to do any benefit to your hair. I understand if you do it for nights out, but try to keep that on the down low and don't do too much of that. Try to not, especially if you're doing it on a consistent basis, that is really bad for your hair. Personally, I think I've never used a hair straightener. Well, actually, it's a hair straightener and a hair curler, so it's a 2-in-1. But I used it, I think, 2 times at most this last year. Just wanted to see what my hair looked curled. I don't think I look good with straight hair, but I did use that. If you have to use it, you try to put it on a lower temperature, and also you want to use some kind of heat protectant. Overall, if you can try to avoid these heat products like heat curling irons, straighteners, then do so. In terms of how often you should wash your hair, I would definitely not recommend that you wash it every day. I know some people that they would wash their hair day and night in one day, and that is really bad. For me, my hair gets greasy fast, so I wash it every other day, just depending on yourself and your preference. But if it's once every single day, then I would just steer clear of that if you want to have strong hair. In terms of hair products, I am not a big fan of anything that has the word mask in it. Just like, even if I'm talking about a face mask, I don't really think that that's really effective, so I could say the same thing for a hair mask. What you can do is, if you have a shampoo, you can look for a shampoo that has fewer ingredients and more natural ingredients. So those are the key things. You want fewer, because that means that there are less things that you need to, the more ingredients, probably the worse it is, the chemicals that are inside. So you want less ingredients and you want natural ingredients. Sometimes they have like oatmeal is so natural, so things like that. It's exactly kind of like what you put into your diet. You want to find food that has less ingredients. Like for example, if you're looking for some kind of apple juice, you want it to have less ingredients and you want it to be as natural and close to apple juice as possible, I hope, right? So what you put into your body is just like your hair. So be mindful of the shampoo that you're using. Are there a lot of ingredients? Are there a lot of things that you can't pronounce? And you want to go with quality over quantity anytime. Who likes to take warm showers? I know I do. But you don't want that shower time to all the way be really hot or really warm. At the end, when you're just about to get out of the shower and just rinsing off your hair, you want to use really cold water. even freezing water, you want to use, I don't think freezing, you want to use cold water. The analogy that I like to think about is with blanched green beans. So blanched green beans, how do you cook them? You put it in the steamy hot pot, right? And then you transfer it dried into an ice bath. And the reason why you put green beans in the ice bath is that you want to shock it and you want to keep it in its cooked state. So once it's shocked in that ice bath, it's not going to cook any further. The way that I think about it is the same way that I think about hair. When you rinse it off with cold water, it's going to keep the cuticles sealed in, and it's going to make your hair a lot healthier for that time when you're going to style it. So tip is that you want to rinse your hair with cold water when you get out the shower. You can think about hair as human. And what do I mean by that? I mean that hair can be very sensitive. So after you get out of the shower, that's when your hair is the most sensitive. So for example, maybe you're having an extremely bad day. At this time, that's actually the time when you have to be most careful. So when you get out of the shower, your hair is wet. And when it's wet, it's delicate. Try to reduce the chance of breakage because again, as I said, it's very delicate time for your hair for strands just come off. When we go into the shower, we can see that a lot of hair has come out. That is because it's wet and it's more vulnerable to those types of situations. So once you're finished rinsing your hair off with cold water and you've gotten out of the shower, you want to wait a little bit and then let your hair air dry. It's never good, again, as I mentioned, to put some kind of heat on your hair. So you want to let it air dry. And when it's dry enough, what you want to do is you want to massage your scalp very soft and very delicately in circular motions, and that will increase circulation up to your head. And it's also very relaxing to do this as well. And then you're going to want to use a soft brush like a bristle brush, and you want to brush off the tips first. So you start at the bottom and then you want to make your way up gently just to detangle anything in your hair. That is a good strategy. Going along with your New Year's resolutions, I'm sure that a lot of us want to eat healthier. And there are so many benefits of eating healthier, not just for your overall body, emotional, and mental health, but for your hair health as well. Because if you eat protein-rich foods, that will help your hair grow stronger. So it's, in a sense, helping you from the inside out. For example, you want to eat a lot of foods that are rich in protein. If you're working out, you have that in your protein powder drink, and your protein smoothie. It could be green smoothie, whatever it is. Besides that, it could be in fish, it could be in beans, in nuts, in whole grains, whatever it is. Eat protein-rich foods, and also other things that can help are some vitamins like vitamin A or vitamin E. Overall, you just want to nourish your hair with healthy food, and it's going to thank you. Your hair is going to become stronger and longer. So in terms of my opinion of supplements, they are not really a necessity if you eat a protein-rich diet. So food and hair, there is a lot of correlation between them. Yes, biotin is a kind of supplement that helps the hair follicles grow stronger and longer, and it does help the body produce more hair protein. So it could be good for you. I would just recommend talking to your doctor. Just like any supplement that you choose to take, it's a good idea to ask your doctor for their recommendation. So that is the end of my video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my future videos. Give this video a thumbs up and leave any comments on any questions or suggestions for videos in the comment section down below. I hope that you guys have a great day. Remember to be kind, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.